You're watching Tackle Talk Live, now into our 6th season as your #1 resource for bass tournament information, with a primary focus on both Toledo Bend and Sam Rayburn. Your hosts, Iowa Pro staffer Steve Graff and Territory Manager for Sportco Marketing, Kevin Jean. Two guys with years of successful tournament experience on all levels. Guys who understand the importance of good information. Anglers willing to share their knowledge to help you become a better angler. So pay close attention as these guys give you more insight on how, when, and where to catch winning stringers. Here are your hosts of Tackle Talk Live, Steve Graff and Kevin Jean.
Welcome back, everybody, for another edition of Tackle Talk Live. I'm Iowa Pro staffer Steve Graff, along with Territory Manager for Sportco Marketing, Kevin Jean, down there in Lafayette, Louisiana. And Kevin, man, hey, got some cold weather coming in finally. Yeah. You know, had all this warm weather for half of December and half the early part of January. Now, all of a sudden, we're getting these cold nights now, 28 to 31 degrees. What's that going to do to the fishing?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see, Steve, because like I said, these fish is already kind of starting migrating, everybody's kind of catching them a little shallower than they are a lot this time of year, as far as they're coming up. It's going to see a lot of these fish is getting ready to go up. Water was warm. We're going to be cool, but it's not going to get cold, Steve. I don't know if it's going to have a big effect on these fish, because it's not going to get 20 and 30 over a week or two time to get that water temperature down. So we'll have a guy on today that's been on Toledo Bend and Sam Rayburn both to kind of talk about it himself, Mr. Lance Duff. Lance, I know, has been on Toledo and Sam Rayburn since the beginning of the year, so he was a great person to bring on. Does a great job on YouTube, does a great job making some YouTube videos, some fishing videos, and he's been catching some good fish. So bringing Lance on today, kind of talk about both lakes. We got a lot of things. Well, I say a lot. We don't have a lot like we normally do, Toledo Bend and Sam Rayburn this time of year, but we do have some big tournaments coming up in a couple of weeks. We've got the second BFL coming up on Toledo Bend. Then we got the Outlaw Outdoors Team Series #1 on Sam Rayburn. So want to break both those down with Lance and break both lakes down. So.
Yeah, and obviously Sam Rayburn's still low. We had a little bit of rain this past week. I think it might have moved the needle an inch, maybe 2 inches, but still a long way to go from 9 feet to get back up the pool. But, and again, Kevin, still no significant amount of rainfall in the next 10 days. Right. I mean, I don't know. I just, what I hope doesn't happen is that when it come time for the spawn, it's down, and then all of a sudden we get a major rain come through here, and it raises that water level back up. We could lose a spawn, and we don't want to do that.
No, definitely don't want to do that. I agree with you. I don't see the rain. And when I look at the extended forecast, you don't see it coming. So it's going to come sooner or later, though. We're going to get, a full week's worth of rain. I agree with you. Hopefully it doesn't come during the spawn and mess any of that up. So,
well, another topic we're going to talk about today, Fishers of Men, they have made big changes, and I'm going to go over some of those, and I've got a couple of things I'm a little uneasy about, and I hope people can maybe text or message us on our Facebook page and say, maybe you're looking at it wrong. I don't know. We'll see. Boat show wrap up. We'll do that. I'll tell you how that went in the Shreveport Bossier RV boat show that they had up there this past weekend. Had a really good turnout. So we'll wrap that up as well. But for right now, we're going to take a quick break, recognize a few of our sponsors, and then we're going to come back with Toledo Bend guide, Lance Duff. You're watching Tackle Talk Live.
A good marine dealer is hard to find, but a great dealer is even harder. But in Iowa, Louisiana, there's a marine dealer that falls into the great category, Power Implements Marine, South Louisiana's go-to dealer for all things related to the boating industry. A Minn Kota, Garmin, and Mercury dealer, guaranteeing you first-rate service in both sales and repair. A great selection of new and used boats to choose from, including Skeeter, G3, Ranger, Camus, and Go Devil. A knowledgeable staff that will treat you like family and are always willing to go the extra mile to ensure you walk out a happy customer. To see everything they have to offer, go to powerimplements.com or stop by 606 East Miller Street in Iowa, Louisiana. Plus, mention Tackle Talk Live and save $500 off a new or pre-owned boat or $50 off your first service ticket. Toledo Health is a full-service primary and acute care clinic. Nurse practitioners Jarrett Rule and Melissa Vines bring quality health care that's needed and convenient to the area. Nothing is worse than being sick on your family or fishing getaway. Whether it's a stomach virus or a hook in the hand, Toledo Healthcare will try and meet all your health care needs. Appointments available and walk-ins are always welcome. So the next time you're feeling down at Toledo Bend, stop by Toledo Healthcare, located on Highway 6 just south of Toledo Town, or call 318-508-5323. Very few stores are a complete one-stop shop, but Cypress Knee Outdoors is such a place. A store within a store. Cypress Knee is located inside 3J's four-way. Whether you need gas, food, drinks, or bait and tackle, they have it. Cypress Knee Outdoors carries top-name fishing brands like Strike King, Sandtone, Spro, and V&M. Crappie jigs from Bobby Garland. Need hunting gear? They have it. Ammunition from rifle to shotgun shells. Deer scents from Buck Wild and Doe and Heat. Deer stands from Titan and feeders from T-Hanger. Cypress Knee has it all. Located off I-49, exit 127, just south of Natchitoches, Louisiana. So stop by Cypress Knee Outdoors and let John Abram and his staff show you everything they have to offer. Or give them a call at 318-238-HUNT. You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Welcome back to Tackle Talk Live in our segment 2. Thank you for tuning us in today. This segment presented by our newest sponsor, Lost Frontier Park on Toledo Bend, the Lakes Insurance of Nacogdoches, Toledo Health Clinic, Cypress Knee Outdoors, Shimano Shimano and Power Implements Marine, located right there in Iowa, Louisiana. And if you mention Tackle Talk Live, you're going to get $500 off the purchase of a new or used boat, or $50 off your first service ticket. So it pays to watch Tackle Talk Live, but you got to make sure you mention it when you go walk in the door. All right, on the Tackle Talk hotline, we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Lance Duff. Lance, how you doing, bud?
Good. How y'all doing this morning?
We're doing great.
Doing good. Are you building some fences this morning, Lance?
I'm doing a little pipeline work this morning, but the guys, they are slinging hammers and nails, and they are full under construction.
I got you.
I wish I was on the middle of Rayburn Toledo this morning. It's a nice, cool morning, light winds. I would love to be out there today. This dadgum job is interfering with that.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. No, it is a beautiful morning. That is for sure. It'd be a good morning to be on the lake. Lance, man, we wanted to have you on. So me and Steve were talking yesterday. It's not our typical January on Tackle Talk for us, because we have a big tournament every weekend. Well, it's not happening this year. It's just they're not coming to Sam Rayburn or Toledo. We do have the second BFL coming up on Toledo Bend the 24th. The weekend after that, the Outlaw Team Series #1 is on Sam Rayburn. So we kind of wanted to break down both lakes, and we was kind of going through. And I said, look, I know Lance because he's been putting out a lot of YouTube content. Know you've been on both lakes a good bit the past month or so. So thought we'd have you on, kind of break it down. You've been on with us before after winning some tournaments, but it's been a while, so we wanted to get you back on.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I had kids after that Bass Champs wins, and I kind of throttled back on the fishing just a little bit, not a whole lot, but just enough to play dad. But kids are there. I'm gonna get them into fishing this year. But Rayburn and Toledo, both lakes, they're fishing good, and I agree. It's just it feels wrong. We don't have any big money tournaments in January. I don't know. It's just such an awkward feeling.
It is.
I feel like I should be fishing something, but there's just nothing really paying big anymore. I think I was looking into a little bit and doing my own research, but I think in our area, I think Fishers of Men, I think that's probably going to be our best paying one. Am I right on that, or is there anything else that I missed?
No, you're correct on that, Lance. I saw the video that
as far as what they're guaranteeing for first place.
Yeah, it's going to be probably the hottest circuit in our region right here.
Yeah, and that I'm going to be selective on what I fish this year, and that has my attention. And I'm going to try to get my wife to do that one with me. I'm not sure how many she's going to make, but yeah, that's one thing I said. Hey, we need to go do this, have fun. Payback's going to be amazing. Plus, those guys, I fished with them before in 2015 or 2016. Just a great organization, family friendly. Had a lot of fun. So
no, agreed.
I'm really excited.
Mr. Dick Polk is back with that, and me and you were kind of fishing about the same time back then, Lance. And man, he did a great job. He stepped away, and it went downhill hard. He's back, and he's doing it the right way again. And I'm hoping to catch one of their tournaments again this year as well. I wasn't able to last year. I'm like you. Family, I'm not able to fish like I used to, but hoping to catch one of his and one of the Outlaw Team Series no four-face sonar events as well. I want to catch one of each, hopefully, if I can. But Lance, let's jump in. Let's do Toledo Bend first. We got the BFL coming up over there. Toledo Bend is fishing very, very well right now. Kind of tell me what you saw and what your thoughts is on the lake.
So you can do pretty much anything you want right now on Toledo Bend. I'm a dirt shallow guy. I usually have my depth finders off when I'm up fishing. So places like Housen, 6 Mile, Indian Mounds, those areas, and also Mill Creek have a good amount of hydrilla. You can pick you up a 3/4 ounce Toledo Gold Bill Lewis trap or whatever brand you prefer. Get in the grass. Don't put it down. Do good. I've been catching them on that Rayburn Hunter, and either like if it's a cloudy day like today, go with a red or a gold. If it's sunny, get something that's more of a shad color. Thunder Crickets, black and blue, or whatever bladed jig you like. That's been producing really well on these black wind days like today. I've got a friend. I was on the phone with him yesterday. He caught some big ones, like in less than a foot of water in some areas. I don't want to give his spot away or his area, but just throwing a weightless wacky worm and a weightless fluke in the dirt. And y'all are going to think this is crazy what I'm about to say, but I'm a big time sight fisherman. I love bed fishing. When that water's above 56 and constant for a few days, I go up and look for them, and I've seen empty beds. And earlier,
I'm not doubting that. I'm not doubting that at all. What was the water? When was the last time you was on Toledo?
It was a couple weeks ago.
What was the water temp?
We went after a cold front, and it was mid-50s.
Yeah.
I do remember that because that morning it was like 31 when we locked. Yeah. It was cold.
Yeah. Lance, let me ask you this. The north end of the lake always, of course, warms up, and everything progresses south from the north end as time goes on. Where is there any grass at all, like say north of 1215? Is there any grass in 1215 this year?
I've been told there isn't any grass. I haven't seen with my eyes yet. I am going to go up there in a couple of weeks and look around that 1215 area.
I got told the same thing. I got told there wasn't any up there.
Huh? Wow.
Okay. Yeah. You know how fishermen are. They will try to hide information.
Very true.
Oh, I ain't no doubt.
Very true. Especially if they got a couple patches up there that nobody knows about. They're not going. They're not going to release that, especially up there. It's not big enough.
Right.
There's been some, I know, and Lance, I know you've talked to a lot of guys that's been on Toledo, and I talked to several guys last week that caught some really good bags last week, during the week. What's the latest you've heard?
So I've got a couple friends. I mean, after like these fronts move in, you need to either be up shallow throwing something like a big trap, or you need to be throwing a minnow or Alabama rig out deep. And when I say out deep, 15 to 30 foot, are you literally like what a lot of these guys refer to as the BIS? Get out in the middle of the lake, find a river channel, a deep creek, south of Big Bass Marina. There's that where the river channel runs by the bank. I think it's on that first point, that first main lake point. That river channel comes up right beside the bank. It also kind of over by I guess
around Indian Mounds, it comes up right.
Yeah, around Indian Mounds. Yeah, the north side of Indian Mounds. You find stuff like that. It is loaded with shad. It's loaded with bass. There's white bass out there. Also, I had another friend of mine. He has been whacking them in Toro Bay, just throwing a minnow around them. Minnow and A-rig. You can go over there, find the shad.
And let me preface this a little bit with what Lance is talking about. When he says you're out in deep water, That don't mean the bass are in 25 foot of water on the bottom. They could be, because I was at Lake of the Pines a few weeks ago. They were suspended in 5 foot of water in 30 foot of water. And so depending on where the shad are, a lot of those shad in those warmer days, they're going to come closer to the top of the water, and then bass going to follow.
You are 100% correct. And it's crazy. I never, without live scope, I would have never went out there. Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
Just crazy how far those bass will go in the middle of the lake.
Yes.
If you got stumps out there and there's shad, there is bass somewhere around them. There's going to be some kind of predator fish chasing them.
That's exactly right.
It blows my mind. I really think, this is my theory. Since we got a tool that we can see out there, I really think we're going to see a lake record around here get broken soon.
Yeah.
We have to, as much as technology has improved.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. I think that's coming somewhere in East Texas on one of the lakes. It's coming the next couple of years for sure.
Yeah.
So we got the BFL coming up the 24th on Toledo Bend. I don't know of anything, Steve. There's nothing else before it or around in January. For those guys, Lance, I think they're really going to be able to spread out. As you said, you can do whatever you want all over the lake. Now there is more grass on the south end of the lake. They're going to be able to get down there, throw a trap and a chatterbait and do all of that. But looking at the weather, we're going through this little cold snap right now. It's going to warm back up. But I think those BFL guys are going to be able to spread out more so than they have in the past. Like you said, Toro, I've heard of some good bags being caught on Toro myself in the last couple of weeks. From out deep to shallow, as shallow as if these guys want to go up to the dirt, out to 30, 40 foot of water, you're going to be able to catch them. So those guys should be able to really spread out and cover most of the lake.
Yeah, it's going to be a good event. I think there's going to be several big bags that come in. So
it'll take high 20s. It's going to take high 20s to win that one.
I think so too. And I think whoever can mix up, scoping at that 3-hour window and figure out a good shallow bite, I think they're going to do well. If I was fishing it, this is me and my experience, I would fish dirt shallow until that last 3 hours I had to fish with the scope, and that's what I would do.
So the last 3 hours with the scope, you think?
Yeah, I would be in that 12 to 3 window. That's just me.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I would take advantage of the trap the first couple hours if I could.
And Lance, if they're that dirt shallow, late in the day when that water, can you maybe pick up a frog and possibly catch some fish?
It ain't that. I don't know if it ain't warm enough for that yet.
But if they're in a foot of water,
I'd probably go with the spook, more of a spook style bait. I haven't really found any good. Well, I take that back. Let me redact that part. There is some good frog water in housing. There's some lily pad stems kind of in the back of it that I found, and I've been told there's some in 6 Mile and Sandy. Haven't seen those patches yet, but if that water is warm, I would not. If I had a couple days to practice, I would give it a shot. But I'm gonna pick up a spook style bait. I've been seeing a lot of minnows and shad up there too on them nice warm days.
Right.
And there's been fish busting on them too.
I was just trying to kind of pull up the weather here, so it's going to be. I know it's going to warm back up.
Well, the problem is the nighttime is 28, I think, one night, 31 another night, 30 another night. I mean, it's going to get cold, but it does warm up into the 50s and 60s pretty much every day.
Yeah.
So,
I think whoever's going to get those later boat numbers, I think those are going to be the guys that do really well.
Yeah. It's that time of year. You want a late boat number, a late weigh-in if you can get it. Yeah.
Lance, let's shift gears. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish up.
That's it. I've never been able to blast a big sack early on Toledo Bend. I'm sure there's guys that do it, but I just guess my style of fishing, I've never been able to do it. I'm always a mid-morning to late evening kind of guy on Toledo.
Those deeper fish is going to happen first thing.
Yeah.
It's going to happen first thing on Toledo. Let's change gears here to Sam Rayburn. Some decent bags caught last weekend in the BFL. There's some high school tournaments coming up. I think RTT has a tournament this coming up either this coming weekend. Then we have the Outlaw Team Series event coming up end of the month. I know you've been on Rayburn recently, so let's give me your thoughts on Sam Rayburn.
I was just there Sunday. a pile of fish. I'm sitting there scoping a lot, but I'm also catching them up shallow, like the places where nobody is at. So live scope does come into play a little bit, but the other advantage is there is absolutely no one fishing less than 10 foot in the backs of these coves and these creeks. And it's crazy. Those fish are not getting pressured. Sunday, I was in the back of
Did
this
you
one
ever think
creek
you would say that in your wildest dreams?
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I said in your wildest dreams, would you have ever thought you would have said that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I lost you. Can you hear me?
Hey, can you hear us, Lance?
You got us?
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Hey, man.
We can hear you. Well, we have lost Lance. We'll get him back. He's going to call back. Steve, what he just said, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've heard that from several people over the last year. It's not that Rayburn's not getting pressure. It's everybody's out deeper trying to do the deep stuff and the scope and stuff, because that's how a lot of things are won.
Well, that, and it's a little more work when you go up shallow. I mean, you got stumps you're running into. I mean, a lot of guys that they just would rather go out in that deeper water and search for them and throw at them. Target, what I call target fishing is what they're doing.
Yeah.
And but I'm like you. I just never thought. Now, one of the questions we get Lance back, what I want to ask him, like, can I put in 5 fingers? Is the ramp still? Is the water too low?
I think we got him here.
Lance?
There we go. I don't know what happened there. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we could hear you the whole time. You couldn't hear us for some reason.
Okay, yeah. I was just complimenting Verizon on it. The phone's working, and I said, "Watch this."
Hey, so I was trying to ask you, did you ever think in your wildest dreams that you would say there's fish on Sam Rayburn up shallow not getting any pressure?
No, I would not. That blows my mind, and it's to my advantage. I mean, those fish, they will crush a square bill if you're in an area that's got stumps. Hitch a jig or throw a bladed jig beside them. I mean, there's good fish up shallow.
Yeah,
I love it. Gets all those people away from the fish I like to catch.
Yeah.
And Lance, let me ask you this: getting around on Rayburn, it can be a challenge right now. 9 feet low. For example, can I put in the little boat ramp in 5 fingers? Can I put in 5 fingers?
I don't know if you can or not. I haven't launched there. I've been launching at Powell Park, Rayburn Park, and Twin Dykes and Humphrey Pavilion. You can still launch at Castle Boykins, but it's getting dangerously low. Even guys for me and I just got off the phone with another guy earlier. The 30 plus years experienced guys on here, it's sketchy. When I was fishing Sunday afternoon, I was up by Pigeon Roost, kind of out in the mouth of it, scoping around, watched a boat take off. I kept fishing. I mean, I can see the stumps kind of off in the distance, but he missed one. I just couldn't believe he missed it, and I could see where somebody else kind of run it over. But you guys have got to be careful. I mean, I was very uncomfortable running around, and I was literally running to the middle of the lake, and before I get to a cove I want to fish, I'll shut down a good 100 yards, maybe 200 yards, and I'll just idle in.
Right. What about up north of 147? Have you been up in that region of the lake, deer stand and there or any of that?
I'm avoiding that area until the water comes up. I talked to too many different people. They bumping lower units. I'm like, nah, I don't want to do an insurance claim. It's right here. It's peak of bass fishing season, and I'm no.
Right.
I'm just going to avoid it.
I get it.
Now,
I get it. Yeah.
I do plan on going up there to fish, but I might not be running very far from Castle Boykins.
Yeah.
I really don't see myself going lower than the bridge. I'll probably just fish right around there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you got the canyons close, you got Pofers, you got a lot of good deep water, good ledges, but I can't stress to be careful enough. I was running from Powell to Tiger the other day, literally in the middle of the lake, and by the grace of God, there was a bird sitting on this one stump never knew it was there. Happened to see the bird. I said, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah.
If it was any kind of big wave, you wouldn't see that stump unless you hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
and that's
please
the
be
thing is
careful,
you've got to be alert and not staring at your electronics when you're running that lake right now, especially. And if you're not 100% positive that there's not any stumps there, you better be idling. There's no doubt about it.
Well, to me, there's nothing worse than white knuckling it when you're running around just running one spot to another, trying to, just go fishing, and you're white knuckling it the whole time you're running, hoping and praying you don't hit nothing. That just ain't fun.
I
That's
did
just
a
not
lot of
fun.
praying Sunday.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of praying, running from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Well, Lance, let's get back into your trip on Sunday. You said you caught a lot of fish up shallow early.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of take us through the day Sunday. Just kind of give us an overall report of what you're seeing on Sam Rayburn.
So I'm seeing a lot of fish. If you shallow fish, 15 feet and less is where you want to be. You'll start seeing some shad in 15 foot, but they were up in the dirt, and like I said, 1.5, 2.5 size square bills, just in a shad color. I haven't thrown red yet, but I mean, I know they'll hit it. But when I see shad flickering, I'm gonna throw a shad color. There's not a whole lot of grass. There's a little in 5 fingers to my knowledge coming north, but you're going to have 8 zillion boats in there beating it all up. So I'm going to go where the less boats are, because there's fish all over this lake, and you can even see them on a live scope up like in the shallow stuff. It's kind of hard to see them less than 4 feet. Again, I'm not the greatest live scope guy yet, but eventually that's going to be the plan. But you can still see tons of fish up there. May not be as many, but there's still good fish up there. Get your bladed jigs, your thunder crickets, and just focus on stumps or even areas where a creek channel is going through. I happened to find this one little creek channel. It had this nice little, I'm going to call it a wall. It went from about 5 feet to about 10 feet, and all the fish were sitting right up next to it. And I leaned on them pretty hard and heavy. It was a good time. No big ones, but
what about Buck Bay and up towards that way towards St. Augustine Park? How's all that fishing up there right now?
It's fishing really good. Just I'm gonna stress again: be careful getting up
when
that way.
You get up there that way, you gotta
Buck Bay can be bad.
Very careful.
Yeah. And I've seen some boats. They had to have not known any better not to run through these areas, because I mean I can see stumps all around. I'd idle through areas, bump a couple, and I'm like, oh my gosh! And I'd see just boats, motor trimmed all the way up. I'm like, oh Lord, protect these people.
So Lance, is it a good idea right now to get into an area and just kind of settle in and just figure them out where you're at in that pocket?
That's what I recommend, and that's what I'm going to do. Like my next time I go back to Rayburn, I'm probably going to go launch at Rayburn Park, depending on wind direction, and I'm just going to fish right around there. The furthest north I'll probably go is probably Norris or Coleman.
Yeah.
I'm just going to pick an area. I'm going to get settled in. I mean, I'll either catch them or I won't. But what I've learned over my decades of fishing this lake, every cove has fish in it. And it's just a matter of, are they going to be big fish there when you get in there, or is there going to be a bunch of little fish?
Right.
And with, spawn being so close, I imagine a lot of them fish are getting ready to make that first push up there.
Yeah. It's going to happen. It's going to happen lots earlier this year than we're used to. Lance, give me your thoughts on, I know you said you're probably going to do Fisher's Men. So we've, a lot of the bigger tournament trails are not coming to Sam Rayburn this year, but I will say one thing. The 2 local tournaments, Fisher's Men, Outlaw Outdoors, they've stepped up. And I think they're both going to see a really good increase in numbers this year. I'm excited for both trails. I think both trails are going to do very, very well. Outlaw going to the no forward facing sonar, and then with all the money I think they're going to be able to put in with the amount of participation that they have, and then to Fishers of Men with the amount of money that they're guaranteeing.
Oh, I know. It's going to be huge. It's Outlaw definitely satisfy the people that don't want to use the forward facing sonar, and and I'm hoping we see 300 boat fields again. I missed January when we'd have 300 to 350 in that first bass champ. That was awesome. I miss those days. I'm hoping we come back to start seeing that again. And
I hope you're right. I don't know if we're going to ever get back to what I call the golden days of southeast or southwest or East Texas, Louisiana bass fishing. I don't know if we're going to see them glory days ever again, Lance, what they were 10, 15 years ago. But man, what it would be just to have a 200, 250 boat field when you pull up. And everybody's there. Everybody that fishes, we hardly all ever see each other. And look, and I'm sitting here saying all this, and I'm not fishing like I used to, not because of the industry or anything like that, just because I got a family now. I have to do what I do. Hopefully, in the next 4 or 5 years, when my daughter keeps dragging me all over the country, I'll be able to get back into it, do it again. But man, that was a blast. What it was a long time ago. I don't know if we're ever going to see that again, but we've got to get closer to that again.
Well, guys, and I'm going to say, Lance, you can second this and tell me if I'm right or wrong. But one of the things I think that encourages a lot of guys that have gotten because of forward facing sonar, they don't want to compete. When you saw it only took 20 pounds to win Rayburn, that gives a lot of guys a little confidence to think, well, now, wait a minute, I can catch 20 pounds. I think
absolutely
those low weights might encourage guys to come back.
I think it will, because I mean, like I'm in the same boat Kevin is. I got a family now. I can't be up there 4 or 5 days a week looking and staying on top of fish like I used to be able to. I mean, I might get the weekend before, I might get the Friday before if I can get stuff planned out right. But I think it's going to help. I mean, that definitely gives me a lot more confidence in like, hey, I can go up here and get lucky, get 20 pounds, maybe catch an 8 or 9 pounder and get me over that 25-pound mark and might have a shot at winning.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
absolutely.
I'm pretty excited. I hadn't really been excited for tournaments in a while, but I'm pretty excited now.
Well,
I'm ready to get back.
Well, one thing this is going to do, Lance, is not having these big tournaments every weekend. It's going to allow the Outlaw Outdoors and the Fishers of Men local divisions to grow like they haven't been able to grow because there's a big tournament every weekend.
Yes.
So maybe this will allow that to happen. We're going to find out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, less stuff for people to fish. I mean, it just makes sense. Hey, if you want to fish a tournament that pays good, here it is right here. Let's jump in it. And I'm hoping a lot of people have that mindset, because I mean, the more participants that are in it, the more it's going to pay, and the further it's going to pay down.
Well, I'm sure that played in the Bass Champs, Chad Potts, and their thinking as far as they went more regionalized in that Dallas-Fort Worth area. They kept a lot of their tournaments in that region right there. And I think it's because of the low participation. They decided, look, us going to Rayburn Toledo just doesn't seem to be paying off right now. So let's do something different. And as you said, that's one less competing tournament that you have to deal with. If you're a local tournament director, that's just one team circuit you don't have to deal with.
Yeah, exactly. And I sure miss them guys coming over here. Hopefully we'll see them, maybe next year after they come back. They brought a lot of attention to this area, and I sure had a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Lance, man, we appreciate you coming on, giving us a fishing report for both lakes. And guys, if you're there unaware, he does a great job on his YouTube of giving breakdown of lakes. He's fishing videos on the water, fishing videos, a lot of detail. I think it's just Lance Duff, right, Lance, on YouTube?
You type in my name, I pop up. There ain't no blurred backgrounds. I mean, I might blur a graph if I have a tournament, or if I'm on some fish, I might do something like that. But I mean, there's not many guys that are transparent like I am. I mean, my goal from all of my videos is, hey, you can copy exactly what I do, get out there and catch fish. I mean, I've had people, meet me at boat ramps and say, hey, you're Lance Duff. I thank you for what you do. You helped me catch some more fish. And that's pretty cool. I've had several people say, hey, if it wasn't for you making videos, I wouldn't have caught my PV bass. And man, that's such a win for me. We got a fantastic area, amazing lakes. I mean, there's plenty of fish for everybody to catch. I just wish more people would be willing to share honest info and just help your fellow angler out. I think that's how we start getting back to getting people involved, getting them to come out to tournaments. And that's, besides sharing my faith in Jesus Christ, that's helping people in fishing. That's my goal of the YouTube.
Amen.
Good deal, Lance. I appreciate it, brother. We'll be hollering at you soon.
All right, guys. Hopefully we'll see y'all on the water soon. Y'all take care.
All right. Well, that's a good report, Kev. You can tell Lance is very knowledgeable. He knows what he's doing and gave some great insight about the shallow water fish.
Yeah.
That kind of caught me off guard a little bit.
I seen you perk up over there when he started talking about shallow fishing. You was on the edge of your seat, Steve.
You're right. I'm looking at my rods over here like, okay, what do I got tied on over here? But anyway, he did a great job. And all right, we're going to take another quick break. We've got lake reports, upcoming tournaments. We're going to talk about some of the changes as fishers have been, and I'm going to throw something out there just to kind of see what we might
have something else lined up for you here too, Steve. Something to talk fishers and men, somebody to talk fishers and men with you with also.
Okay, cool, good deal. All right, we'll be right back. You're watching Tackle Talk Live.
The Lakes Insurance Agency is an independent insurance agency taking care of Texans' insurance needs for over 25 years, offering auto, homeowners, boat, RV, life, health, and commercial insurance. Owner Clark Moore is a local fishing guide and tournament angler who understands your insurance needs and wants to be your go-to guide for all your insurance needs. For a free quote, give him a call and see why so many Texans trust the Lake Insurance Agency. 2 locations to serve you in both Nacogdoches and Bravos, Texas. Or give them a call at 936-205-4467. The next time you're headed for Toledo Bend or Sam Rayburn, stop by Keith's Toledo Bend Tackle. They have an awesome supply of everything you'll need to catch the big ones. Whether your trip calls for bass fishing, white perch tackle, catfish bait, or the ultimate fighting shiners, Keith's Tackle has you covered. Keith and former Elite Series pro Ben Matsubu also have the latest information on what, how, and where you need to be fishing on Sam Rayburn or the Bend. So for all your tackle needs, check out Keith's Toledo Bend Tackle, located just off Highway 21 on the Texas side of Toledo Bend, or call 409-625-0181. You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Welcome back to our final segment today of Tackle Talk Live. This segment presented by our newest sponsor, Lost Frontier Park on Toledo Bend, the Lakes Insurance of Nacogdoches, Toledo Health Clinic, Cypress Knee Outdoors, located just south of Natchitoches on I-49, Shimano, and Power Implements Marine, located right there in Iowa, Louisiana. And Kevin, if you walk in and you say, man, I watch Tackle Talk Live, what's going to happen?
You get $500 off the purchase of any new or used boat, or you get $50 off your service ticket, Steve, just by saying, hey, we heard about you guys on Tackle Talk Live. They also will have some new boat brands. Right now they're a Skeeter Camus bass fishing boat dealership, and they got some other brands coming in stock in 2026. Yeah. I text Will this morning over there at Power Implements to find out if I could release those brands. I did not get an answer. He's probably selling a boat right now. So I don't want to release that just yet, but we will release that pretty soon. They will have some more boat brands down at Power Implements Marine. So
good deal. And kind of a surprise guest we've got with Fishers of Men. That would be Fishers of Men Texas East Division, Mr. Dick Polk. And Mr. Polk, appreciate you coming on with us.
He's not on yet.
Oh, he's not on. Yeah, okay, well,
he hadn't got in. He hadn't got in yet, but
save that intro, James, and just replay it. No, real quick, Kevin, on the Fishers of Men, the deal that again, Mr. Polk did a great job of going over the format, the changes, the guaranteed money, the fact that they're having 2 divisions. They're having forward-facing sonar division. They're going to have a non-forward-facing sonar division. And so the overall winner is going to get $7,000 guaranteed. Second place is $3,000 guaranteed, and third place is $1,500 guaranteed. And then on the scope or no scope, if you're no scope division, you're guaranteed $3,000 for first place. And I think $1,500 for second. Now I forgot what third was, maybe $1,000. But anyway, they're guaranteeing all that money. And then they're opening up a new division this year that, I'm sorry, not a new division. They're opening up to high school anglers, high school teams to come in and be a part of the Fishers of Men. Look, I am all for bringing more people in and welcoming everybody. Hey, let's go fishing. Let's have a good time. But there's a couple of questions I want to ask Mr. Dick Polk about that, and a couple of concerns some guys have even raised to me about that. And but anyway, we'll get to that in just moments.
I'm working on getting him in. He's trying to get in on the call right now. We're working on it right now.
Real quick, Steve. Kevin, BFL Toledo Ben, what's your thoughts on what it'll take to win that? Is it going to be 25 plus?
Oh yeah. It'll be 28, 29.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Somebody's going to catch a big one. Somebody's going to catch an 8, 9, maybe 10.
Okay, now again, I kind of thought that for Rayburn, because they're still scoping and it's 3 hours worth, and some guys caught them during it, but they didn't catch the size they thought they'd catch. I think this time of year, you try to figure out, when do I really need to take advantage of this time frame? It's more of a question this time of year than any other. Early in the morning, there's sometimes, like the guest we had on last week said, early in the morning, he just can't see a screen very good. He didn't want to turn it on until after 9 o'clock. So I just wonder how this is going to play on Toledo Ben. Of course, we'll just have to wait and see, but I would expect 25 plus is what I would be expecting. But with only the 3 hour window for forward facing sonar, they say that's what made a difference at Rayburn. We'll see if it makes a big difference at Toledo Ben.
Yeah, I mean, it will. If they could go scope all day, it'd take 30.
Right.
But the thing I think that's going to happen at Toledo Ben, it's going to be 27, 28, I think, wins it. But I think that low, which 12 pounds got to check on Rayburn, I think it's going to be 14 on Toledo Ben.
Yeah,
14, maybe 15, but probably 14.
If you're just trying to get a check,
just because the grass is so healthy on Toledo Ben right now.
Right.
There's so many good fish in the grass. I think that lower number is not going to be 12.
Right.
And it's definitely not going to take 20 to win it.
Right. Okay.
The bigger question is Outlaw Outdoors. What does it take to win it without scope?
I think you're looking at the low 20s. I think you're looking at 2021. It's probably what you're looking at. Now that's a team deal, so it's a little different than the BFL.
I'm gonna say 24.
You're gonna say 24, and that Rayburn, that's not impossible. We all know that. So, but yeah, I could see 24 up to 25, maybe coming in with no, just flat out fishing. That's possible. Now, here's the thing I want to make people aware of. If you're headed to Rayburn, check out some YouTube video. Clark Ream and Clayton Bullware both have done some good videos showing you certain places that you may not have known about. Go to their YouTube pages and you can watch some of those videos. Clark's done a real good job of, what side of the boat ramp do you need to launch on at Old Castle Boykin, or the one side's not good, the other side is good. He gives you an idea of what to do. Clayton Bullware's done. He's spotted some things out there that he has made people aware of. I think he's got GPS coordinates that will help you mark those spots before you get out there to kind of avoid them. So check out some of those YouTube videos if you're headed to Rayburn, because I'm telling you guys, you can tear something up over there real quick right now.
No, you can. They're doing some very in-depth videos and doing a great job with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would make sure to follow them and follow them on social media, on Facebook, especially Clark. Clark's out there guiding every day, and he's giving some really good updates. So make sure you're following him on Facebook. Steve, if we don't get Mr. Dick in today, and he's having some issues, if we don't, we're going to have him for sure on next Tuesday.
Okay.
And I want you, because we all have questions on all of this.
Right.
It's a good idea. It's a good thought process. There's a lot of money there. Yeah, so he's gonna have to do it next week. So, okay. But I want these are answers of questions, and I want to do this with him next week in the second interview, and we're also gonna open up Facebook chat. We'll for people that have questions on there for him too, because we still got a little while till their first tournament. So let's put Mr. Dick off and the whole Fishing the Men conversation till next week.
Yeah, we can do that. That'd be a good topic for next week. And so, all right, real quick, lake levels as of today, Toledo Bend's at 167.99. And by the way, like I said earlier, that rain we got last week had little to no impact on these fisheries at all. Toledo Bend is 4.01 feet low right now, basically 4 foot low. It only had a 10-day gain. It did come up 2.16 inches with that rain, but it's already on the fall. Sam Rayburn is at 155.09. It's down 9.31 feet. And and it didn't even have a gain last week. It actually had a loss of 0.12. Lake of the Pines is at 228.58. The only lake around here that's fairly normal, it's only 1.42 feet low right now. And it did have a 0.24 inch gain with the rain that came through. And so that's a place that I know I'm going to be fishing a lot here in the next 2 or 3 months. Fork is at 399.99. It's 3 feet low as we speak. And it had a 10-day loss of, no, actually 10-day gain of 1.08 inches. So it actually came up a little bit. But anyway, so that's kind of what's going on. Area waterways. Again, y'all, pray for rain. We need rain. We need these lakes, especially Rayburn. I'm kind of glad I don't have nothing over. As much as I love Sam Rayburn, I don't want to tear nothing. I'm like Lance. I don't.
After Lance just told you how many he's catching up shallow, know you're going over there this way.
Well, especially if I know I can put in
just get on the trolling motor.
Yeah, if I can just put in 5 fingers and put the trolling motor down, I'm good to go. But
now like he said, there's a lot of boats in 5 fingers because there's about 3 patches of grass. So there's 25 boats, throwing at 3 patches of grass in there just because that's what we feel like we're supposed to do.
Right, and it's one of the closest spots to Humphreys or Powell Park. It's just right there around the corner, so it's going to get a lot of pressure. He's right about that, and anyway,
Steve, it's. Toledo Bend is where it's at right now. I know a lot of guys that around Sam Rayburn area, they're driving over to Toledo Bend to go fishing because the fishing is so good. The lake is very, very healthy.
Right.
It's the grass is healthy and the grass is very abundant. There's a lot of grass from Housing down south. There's a lot of grass. Good trap grass. Good, chatterbait grass, that kind of stuff. So, guys, I would highly encourage you to make your way over to Toledo Bend if you want to go for a catching deal. And there's some good tournaments coming up in March. Now, let me tell you, Steve, we didn't even talk about the Despino announcement.
Yeah, no,
Randy we didn't. Despino announced his tournament, which is coming up in March. Is first place is a Phoenix boat.
Right. That's big news for him and his circuit, his tournament. Yes.
There's some big tournaments on Sam Rayburn, but there's some very big tournaments in March on Toledo Bend, the Poche, the Despino. March is loaded with some big tournaments on Toledo Bend.
Now, I wonder if Randy's still no forward-facing sonar for his.
Yes, no forward-facing sonar.
Now, Poche, I think, is opposite. I think they are allowing forward-facing sonar, if I remember right. I don't think he banned it last year.
He did ban it. He did ban it last year.
No, I thought he allowed it because he was opposite of Randy, and I was like, that's interesting. But anyway, you can go Facebook it. He's got stuff posted all over Facebook. You'll be able to see the rules for this Dylan Poche event that's coming up, and near the end of March is when he has his tournament. I think Despino is the 14th, I believe, of March. And
I think that sounds
pull
right.
up my calendar here. Thought I had it in my calendar.
The Poche is March, March 28th.
Yes. Which happens to be the same weekend as the Toyota Series, which is on Grand Lake, Oklahoma. So, but anyway, yes, the Poche is the 20th, and I think the Despino is the 14th, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, but I'll have to look that up. We'll have more information on that. We'll start talking about that next week.
Yeah, we'll have to break both these tournaments down because, like the Poche, it has a big fish catch Friday, March 27th to for another charity type tournament, kind of a practice big fish thing. And a Saturday hourly big bass. So there's some changes in the poche. The Spino is first place as a boat. So we will definitely be talking more and more about this as it gets closer in the poche. But going back to what I was saying, guys, if you want to uh, start making your way over to Toledo Bend, you need to get ready for these big tournaments coming up in March because the fishing is awesome on Toledo Bend,
Yep.
and it's only going to get better. So,
all right, real quick, I've got a tip of the week. Look, guys, fishing in those cold weather days, it's really cool in the morning, but it can warm up. But one thing you got to be aware of, if you fall in the water, hey, that water temperature in them low 50s and even low 60s is cold water. And so the last thing you want to do is fall in the lake. And how quick can hypothermia set in? Well, it depends on kind of who you are and how you're built, but it can set in relatively quickly if you're not prepared. Anglers must take precautions. Make sure you're ready for that till that happens. Keeping a change of clothes in your boat, a complete change of clothes in your boat. I keep them in a trash bag. I pull them out every year to make sure, that everything's good with them, and I'll wrap them back up and I'll put them in the front of the boat, and I keep them there. They're there all the time in case I ever need it. Change of underwear all the way down to the pants, shirt, long sleeve. I've got plenty of stuff to keep me warm still. And if I do fall in, I'm ready. So, because that's happened to me on Red River, and that's what saved me. Actually, I didn't even have to go in. I changed clothes completely in the boat right there. I was in a tournament with another guy. I was actually kind of a pro-am kind of deal, and yes, I did. I fell in, and I'm telling you right now, when you hit that cold water, it takes your breath away real quick. But it can not only save your fishing day by having a change of clothes, but can also save your life. So make sure you put a change of clothes in your boat and keep it there all the time. All right, Kevin, you got Shimano?
I do, Steve. So Shimano on the 9th released a new product, and James, our producer, I emailed you that sell sheet. If you can, if you able to get to it and can pop it up on the screen, great. If not, no big deal. So let me go over here. I'm gonna pull up my sell sheet here, Steve. But so it's a Celis rod is a rod that Shimano has been making for quite a while, but they completely revamped it. It used to be a blue rod. It comes in 7 models in casting and spinning. There's some upgraded technology. Basically, the blank is updated with carbon tape wraps, resistant twist and energy loss. It helps. That's what that blank does. But this rod retails at $65. It's black.
That's a deal.
Yes, it is, Steve, and it's got the hybrid cork with the EVA grip. It's the non-slip grip. And it comes with the die flash Shimano technology. It's not technology they put in their rods, but Steve, so the casting comes in one size. It's a 7-foot rod. It's a medium heavy, and a heavy. That's the only, that's it. It comes in, and the spinning here it is right here. Guys, this new rod retails at $65. Is a heck of a buy. It will be available in most of your stores probably the end of this week, going into next week. So if you want to go in, especially if you're looking for that good rod for beginner fisherman, or a tournament guy that's just getting into tournament fishing, it's very sensitive for that MSRP, guys. This is a must-have rod. So I haven't went on and on about much of the rods from Shimano just because they are very technique specific. All of them are. This is a rod must have if you're a starting fisherman. So get in on it. Ask your local tackle store if they have the Shimano Celis rods, and I think you'll be very pleased with it.
Oh, cool. Looking forward to getting a couple of those in your hand. That'd be a great birthday gift, our Father's Day gift.
It is.
So, all right. Well, Kevin's kind of already set the tone for next week's show. We'll probably have
we'll have another guest on and give a fishing report. In the second segment, Mr. Dick's already texted me. He's for sure in for next week. We kind of threw this on him last minute, but we will have him on for next week to break down the fishermen. I'll have the live chat up. Anybody's got any questions for him, we can we can ask him. So we'll have him on for sure next week, along with another guest to give a fishing report. So.
Hey, and again, Kevin Kevin went over last week all the stats from 2025 about Tackle Talk Live and how well we've done. Again, we can't tell you enough. Please click subscribe. Okay, that's very important for us. It's important for the future of our program, and helps us a lot. Helps us with gaining sponsorship and let people know. So spread the word. We really appreciate that. Let people know about Tackle Talk Live. And again, we're here for you guys. We want you guys to catch as many fish and do as well in these tournaments as you possibly can. Kevin and I don't hold nothing back. I'm not holding nothing back because I'm not fishing a lot of these anymore like I used to. Not fishing as many tournaments as I used to fish. But if it's something that I think it will help you and Kevin thinks will help you, we're going to share that with you. And hopefully it pays off for you. And you can go out there and catch a lot of fish and compete. Or if you're not competing, just going out and having a good time, you're a weekend warrior and just want to go fishing. Hey, hopefully what we talk about on here helps you put fish in the boat. That's what it's all about for us. That's all we really care about. So, but anyhow, Kevin, you got anything else?
Nope. I think that does it for us for this week, Steve.
All right. We appreciate everybody tuning us in. Again, spread the word. Let everybody know about Tackle Talk Live. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, or whatever, how you listen to podcasts. If you'd like to become a member of our sponsorship team, just like we just gained with Lost Frontier Park, all you got to do is message us on our Facebook page, and Kevin will make sure he sends out a detailed packet to you. And so make sure you message him on Tackle Talk Live Facebook page. For Kevin Jean, yours truly, Steve Graff. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week with more Tackle Talk Live.